Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to episode 2 of the West Ham Way podcast. Today we've got a few more updates to give you guys about. Now, the first one, I'm going to try and get this out of the way and as quick as possible for you guys, so I'm not taking too much of your time. West Ham have agreed a deal with the Belgian club OH Leuven to sign the midfielder Ezequiel Benzuzi. The agreement is for about 10 million up front, plus a 3 million in potential add-ons. Now, I'm not going to lie, I've never heard of this guy. I've seen a few clips, I've done my research on him, and he does seem a keen youngster. As we all know, Graham Potter and academy football and youngsters go well together. Now, this could be a good mix-up for the West Ham team, but then yet again, he could be another player that comes in, scores a few goals and just sits on the bench or gets loaned out. It's a big risk we're taking on a player that, has never played a day of his life in the Premier League. As we all know, the Premier League is a very different ball game to the lower sides of Europe, Spain and so forth. But this could be potentially that striker link up that we need for Bowen, Kudus, Somerville, Paquetá and so forth. So this could be a big gamble, but one that could possibly pay off. Now, the other one is West Ham are in talks with Amazon still on being a potential partner at the end of the season. As we know, next season, at the end of next season, all betting sponsors will be abolished. No more sponsors will be allowed for betting on any shirt in the Premier League. I think they're trying to do the same in Spain, in Saudi Arabia as well. So in Saudi Arabia, you're not allowed any alcoholic beverages. So obviously having beverages on your shirt have to be zero alcohol. But no, they remain in talks with Amazon to be the club's official partner with both shirt sponsorship and stadium naming rights. That's a big one. The naming rights. Now, we know that West Ham do not own the London Stadium. We are currently renting it off the London Council. So if Amazon come in, swoop a deal, buy the stadium and then have the naming rights, it could be the very similar situation that City had all those years ago, which now is called the Etihad. The Saudis came in, bought it, got a partnership with City, and now are their main sponsor. So this really could be a really good move for West Ham. Not to mention that Amazon is a multi-billion, slowly pushing trillion organisation across the worldwide. So it would bring in so much money for the West Ham sponsorship deal, and being able to give the manager more money to spend in summers and in the January-winter transfer window. So it could be a very, very good move for West Ham if we can pull it off. The next one, which has not long been out, so a lot of people won't have heard of this one. West Ham could be considering a move for Brighton's Adam Webster. The deal could be cheap, and Graham Potter knows how he plays. Brighton are willing to negotiate a reasonable fee as they are seeking a new centre-back themselves in the winter. Now, if Brighton want a new centre-back, why are they getting rid of one? It's a bit hit and miss, this one. I don't know if it could possibly go through, but we know that West Ham, Graham Potter, he's played with this man, he knows how he works, and we are in need of a new centre-back. As we spoke in the last podcast, Mavropanos has let us down again and again and again. Jean-Claire Todibo is now out for a possible 12 weeks. He also put in a post recently today that he is upset that he cannot be in Graham Potter's plans for the future. So in other words, I don't think we'll be signing him in summer due to his injury prone. He's only played a handful of games, 6-7 games, and the rest he's spent injured. Which is a shame, because I know full well from living abroad, this man is the top business. Todibo is a good player. The only problem is with him, it is that he is so injury prone. and it's actually quite sad. But nevertheless, Adam Webster, keep your ears and eyes peeled to the transfer that this man could possibly come to West Ham. Now, Brighton, I don't think are going to let him go for cheap, because Brighton like to develop players, as we know, and then sell them on for extortionate prices. So, him, Adam Webster, along with Ferguson, there could be something going on there, maybe like a mixed deal for a package, maybe, for maybe one of our players, maybe Guilherme. We could possibly see him moving out the door for them. You know, just keep your eyes and ears peeled to that transfer window, because this man could be making a West Ham move. And again, the West Ham ladies last night, well done to them. They have made us all proud. They beat Tottenham last night. I watched the game myself. 2-1. They dominated that game. They literally walked through Tottenham. From the moment they kicked off, they walked through that Tottenham defence, and well done to them. They will be facing Chelsea, ladies, in the semi-finals, roughly about 8 o'clock, I reckon, at the beginning of next month. So, again, I will update you guys when I have a better understanding of that one. And finally, the news that we all want to hear, which I got yesterday. Bowen is, as again we spoke in last podcast, is making a comeback. He tried to push for a game against Villa. Yes, he put on his story that, you know, he was trying to, well, he didn't, Graham Potter did. He said that, you know, we're very keen that Jarrod Bowen is trying to get back on that pitch, but we cannot let him due to we can't risk his injury again, which is fair enough. But it's quite inspirational, that man who should technically still be sat on his sofa or in light training is back on Rush Green, is so willing to get out there. That is a man that should be inspiring all these young players. Now, that is all I have for today. I will probably release another podcast today for tomorrow, if that makes sense. And again, I apologise for the rain. It is absolutely raining cats and dogs here down in the southeast. But nevertheless, come on, you Irons.